Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you the editor of my very, very honest book, Trisha Bora. Please put your hands together.
Thank you so much for being here because it's a really special occasion. Not only is it publication day, it's also Kubbra's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kubbra. Happy birthday to you.
Like the most pleased enough person to want the mic.
I would also like to thank Ms. Balan, our guest of honor, and Varun for taking the time to come here and be with us. I'm going to keep this very short. I just want to say that as an editor, it's one of the great joys to find an honest voice, one that's not afraid to say it as it is, and especially a voice that translates onto paper as is, as the person herself. Kubbra has poured her heart and soul into this book, and I urge all of you to get a copy. You won't be disappointed because it's a fantastic book, and I had a lovely time working with you. So that's it. Have a very lovely evening, folks, and I'm going to hand this over to you guys.
Clap louder.
Perfect, we all have mics.
Now can I introduce Varun the Girala, please? Yeah.
That's like a no pressure point for me right now. Like, what do you want?
Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't Roshan Abbas. I sent you the invite with the wrong name. Read that.
I am subbing.
Yeah. No, but thank you so much, V, for doing this. I love you so much. Thank you.
The good part about doing this is I'm a slow burn with books. I read them over a period of time. This one I kind of went through a lot faster. Okay, I got to read this back to back and right there. And it's one of those books when I kept reading it and I felt like I discovered many sides of you beyond what our conversations have been about. But I actually want to ask the first question to you, saying what was your reaction when you read in terms of what did you discover about her, which you didn't already know when you read the book?
Firstly, hi everyone, and a big congratulations, Kubbra. I have to say, Varun, I love the book, and not because I'm sitting here. I agreed to come here over a message because I'm so fond of Kubbra. But and I think it's aptly titled Open Book because I don't know of another book that's as open as this is. I was amazed by the kind of things she's shared. And I know that each of us who's made it or come thus far has a story. But it was very interesting to know, because Kubbra, today is someone who's constantly laughing. She's, like, are you embarrassed? Are you shy?
I'm just gobsmacked.
No, she's like a live wire, and then when you read her story, it's amazing. You feel that much more. I think I feel like I know her a little more, and I think it takes a lot to bear your soul the way she has.
Yeah.
And hats off to her. I don't know, how everyone has reacted to what she's written. That's a separate conversation for, I don't know. No, because I think it's just amazing the kind of things she shared about family, about friends, about her journey in the industry, about her journey otherwise, in her teens. And I think it's just incredible. I don't want to say too much because I think it has to be read. I read it at one go. And very honestly, I'm not so much of a reader anymore. I find it, I don't have the bandwidth to read most of the time, but I just started reading this and I was like, wow, this is a person behind or, within Kubbra. I think it was really revelatory and in a wonderful way.
I have to ask you this. There's always the first day when you start writing a book. What was day one like? Day one, blank page. What did you set out to write on that first day?
Oh well, the first day is what I wrote. Was what was meant to be the first chapter, but became the prologue. which was about like the raw geography of my teeth. And I thought it was so impersonal yet personal that I could address it with like absolute clarity. And I just found myself to be like that child sitting on the dentist chair with my feet swinging. I remember like my orthodontist used to come from Erode to like, you know, and Erode is a very small town, yeah, in the south of India, it's very small. And the best orthodontist was from Erode. So I was like, amazing, this is great. So I don't know, I thought it was impersonal, it was detached and yet so attached to me, because most people look at me today and like, oh, you've got such a great smile and you smile so well, and nobody asks me if I fixed my teeth, because they think it was God's gift. It wasn't. It was my Erode orthodontist who fixed my teeth. Yeah.
I also think she said something beautiful, you know, which is that she was detached and yet there was something very personal, and that's what I found about the book. I find that it made me smile, it made me laugh sometimes with her observations or the way she describes her experiences, some maybe even terrifying experiences. She's got, you know, a few. But I think that it's such it is an objective, almost like a spectator's viewpoint, yet it's something she's been through. So I think that I found wonderful about the book, very unique and very her. It's her voice all the way.
Something actually is in the last chapter, I think it's like having a conversation with your inner self, which most of us don't do. We don't talk to the person inside, and as we kind of grow older, there's layer after layer that kind of comes in some way that person you were initially back down there kind of goes away. I also want to, and I want to kind of like go to you, and then I have an addition there which I'll come to, is that when you were writing the book, were there points where you almost thought back on life and said, I remembered this differently till I wrote about it?
Yes. Yeah, like for example, the dad chapter. Because everything about my dad, and it's so funny that I call him dad and I've never called him dad. Right? He's always been papa. So the fact that I looked at him differently, like now, my conversations about our relationship were so different from what I was fed, or what I was told, or what I was meant to believe. I think when I read those moments out aloud after writing them, I felt I had made peace with our relationship, and similarly with many other relationships. It was interesting because I felt I was in a place of a lot of forgiveness.
Also as an individual and as a woman and as a momager at one point, and you know, so many different things. I thought that was just amazing. So there were little things I underlined because they really, even the way she had described it, or the way she had worded it, made an impact on me.
That's so true, right? And I feel also in some point to write about people closest to you, connected to your family, it's not personal entrepreneurs, I totally get that. So when you kind of think back on your voice,
South Indians here. Guys, South Indians,
that is true, I have to agree with that.
Yes. Tamil, yes. Oh, beat that. Now you don't go like, oh, Madrasa.
South
Yeah.
But when you think back on your voice, you feel your voice, the inner voice has evolved.
Only if you're comfortable with who you are, we will put it out there. I'm so grateful.
And there was
And sorry. He said, what's the best advice you got this morning? I said, I'll just Google it.
that was a responsibility.
Because I can't remember advice. I cannot remember advice. I'm the one giving advice now.
And actually, the other question I was going to, I told you I might ask you, but I'm actually going to ask you this, is that, which was the part that inspired you the most as you did this?
There were, I think, bits in every chapter. There was, like one of my favorite chapters is the chapter about her mother. But equally, I think the chapter where she talks about a certain decision she took when she was in Dubai. And I think I was just you know, like you said, I think you've reached a stage where you've been able to forgive yourself. I think and that
I know
is
which
what
one you're talking about, yeah.
And I think that's what we're all hoping to do in life, you know, because we're constantly judging ourselves, and because we can't bear judging ourselves, we end up judging the rest of the world. But I think that she's. I think there were lots of bits. The way she describes her relationship with Danish and how it went through a slight, you know, a period where they were sort of a little distant. There was a bit of a distance between them, and how that happens between siblings, that happens between parents and children, that happens between couples, you know. But for her to have actually said it, and I think all of that was inspiring. I think the truth is what inspired. You know, and the fact that, like I said, to be able to, we find it very difficult to forgive ourselves for the smallest of things, forget the biggest thing, bigger things, and I think if she's been able to do that, that for me is very inspiring.
It's beautiful, like a.
But we don't want to hold you up. Please leave.
Those books are
Right
full
now.
of.
All of you. Please, I want to
Excuse me.
These are few days I eat sugar. One of those days.
हम केक खाने के लिए कहीं भी चले जाते हैं.
I was like, at some point, I'm going to give away too much about the book. There's a point to stop. And I'm like, after you said what you just said, I'm like, there is, okay, you can't top that more.
Thank you. I actually ghostwrote the book.
So funny.
चलो इन्हों क्या करेगा केक आ रहा है अच्छा केक आ रहा है कब आएगा साथ में ही मैडम मैडम बाहर लगा दीजिए ना पहले
हजारों साल
चले आएंगे लेडी की जेल हम आइए आइए पास आइए थोड़ा सा सर आइए ना
गाय फिर से हैप्पी बर्थडे
Thank you. Oh, yummy! Happy birthday, everyone!
वीडियो ले रहे हैं अरे पूरा ये एक बुक के साथ में दोनों का पिक्चर
Can we take one last picture?
Thank you. God bless you. See you, uncle. Nice to meet you again. Parkalam.
मैम थैंक यू
Okay, uncle. See you. Thank you.
अरे यार क्या
Thank you. Good to see you all.
आप बहुत ही एक्साइटेड हैं कुब्रा जी के बर्थडे पर उनकी बुक लॉन्च तो बताइए कि क्या विश, हालांकि आपने अपने बातें करी, लेकिन क्या विश करना चाहेंगे आप
वो आई थिंक उनकी किताब पढ़कर मुझे लगा कि वो बहुत ही सच्चाई के साथ अपनी ज़िंदगी जीती है एंड आई होप शी कंटिन्यूज टू डू दैट. वो हमेशा जब मुस्कुराती है तो खिलखिलाती है एंड आई विश हर दैट स्माइल, दैट जॉय, दैट हैप्पीनेस ऑलवेज. बट कंग्रेचुलेशंस ऑन द लॉन्च ऑफ ओपन बुक.
थैंक यू.
और उनका जन्मदिन भी है आज, सो हैप्पी बर्थडे. या मैं बहुत खुश हूँ कि ये देखकर कि ये क्या क्या कर लेती हैं.
ये बहुत सारी चीज़ें कर लेती हैं, उनकी कौन सी क्वालिटी आपको बहुत पसंद आती है? बहुत कुछ आता है.
वो किसी भी चीज़ से डरती नहीं है. आई थिंक दैट्स द मोस्ट अमेजिंग थिंग अबाउट हर. इसीलिए जो भी करती हैं अच्छे से करती हैं.
मैम हाल ही में सोशल मीडिया पर रणवीर सिंह ने अपना पोस्ट किया, लोगों में आग लगा दिया. क्या कुछ कहना चाहोगे?
अरे क्या प्रॉब्लम है? पहली बार कोई आदमी ऐसा कर रहा है. हम लोगों को भी आंखें सेकने दीजिए ना.
FIR हो गया है और कई जगह कपड़ा भी ऑर्डर किया जा रहा है.
शायद उन लोगों के पास ज़्यादा काम नहीं है तो इसीलिए इन चीज़ों पर वो वक्त गंवा रहे हैं. अगर आपको अच्छा नहीं लगे तो पेपर बंद कर दीजिए, फेंक दीजिए, जो करना है करिए. FIR के चक्कर में क्यों पड़ना है? थैंक यू.
अरे अड्डा पीछे
वन मोर वो साइड से चलो ले
आप यहाँ पे प्रेजेंट है, क्या कुछ विश करना चाहिए आपके आज बर्थडे पर?
मैं बताना चाहूँगा I have actually known her over the years, right? And she is friends with my wife first, and उनके साथ मैंने काम भी किया है हाल ही में. और इनकी जो जर्नी मैंने एक एज अ दर्शक देखी, एज एन ऑडियंस, एज अ फ्रेंड, एंड नाउ एज अ को वर्कर, क्योंकि पिछले साल हमने एक शो साथ में बनाया था. और अब उनकी किताब मैंने खुद पढ़ी है. आई थिंक यू सी दिस जर्नी अनफोल्ड, इज सो ब्यूटीफुल, इज सो होलसम, एंड शी हैज मैनेज्ड टू रोल इन योर लाइफ ऑलरेडी. इट इज सो वंडरफुल. आज पहली बार मैंने देखा वो पोस्ट नहीं करी थी, चुपचाप बैठ के शी वाज एंजॉयिंग, यू नो, basking in the glory of Vidya talking about the book so beautifully, Karan talking about it, and it fills me with so much pride to see her do this so beautifully. Happy birthday, happy.
थैंक यू.
क्या कुछ साथ में आपका आने वाला है कि आपने बताया कि
यार मैंने और कुब्रा ने पिछले साल ना एक ऑडियो सीरीज की थी, माइन एंड योर्स, और बड़ा मजा आया था उसमें.
तो अगर एक बार काम कर चुके हैं तो फिर मतलब यू नो, आई मीन इट्स जस्ट वो फर्स्ट टाइम क्रैक करना ना मुश्किल होता है, उसके बाद बहुत आसान हो जाता है. उसके बाद पीपल स्टार्ट सीइंग यू टुगेदर, अंडरस्टैंडिंग यू टुगेदर.
सर कटरीना कैफ और
नो रणवीर सिंह. ओके.
मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगा ये जो किताब है ना, ओपन बुक, इसमें मेरा जो फेवरेट चैप्टर है, एक्चुअली बहुत सारे हैं, एक्चुअली देयर आर सो मेनी एनेक्डोट्स, इवन द वन where you speak, where you talk about 2008 coming, like these are clear memories I have. It's so beautiful. Dubai, you got that ticket and you had to, you know, you said you can't make it.
Can you imagine that?
I was like, wow, man, it felt so. I could relate to it a lot because, you know, I mean, all of us are outsiders to a great extent in this industry, and like proudly so. But to see someone else share so openly and share so generously, I think it's beautiful because it's hard to do that, you know, especially when you've sort of you've achieved a fair bit of success. It's very easy to keep it close to your.
Yeah, these are my cards.
Yeah. But I think it's very pertinent to what I think you called it open book, and that's exactly what it is.
It's so funny. I'm like actually answering your question. I'm like, yeah, as if someone else wrote the book. I'm like, हाँ, ये किसी और की कहानी है.
ये मुझे छोड़ेंगे नहीं तो.
क्योंकि लोग बहुत ही कंफ्यूज हैं
जी.
लोग ऐसा कह रहे हैं कि एडिटेड है.
यार आज तो ओपन बुक के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं यार.
नहीं, ये क्या पोस्ट है?
ये मेरा I'll tell you what. ये मेरा कुब्रा के लिए प्री बर्थडे गिफ्ट था. And since she's liked the carpet so much, I'm going to send it to her.
लोगों का कहना है कि वो पोस्ट और रणवीर सिंह का पोस्ट दोनों सेम है.
पता नहीं ऐसा है. Even I don't know यार. I have no idea.
एडिटेड है या आप
I have no idea आप क्या बोल रहे हैं.
आपके फेवरेट
आज